Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the 9 p.m. live English news edition. Here are the top stories. The head of state receives the letter of credence of 3 new ambassadors. For the international news, COVID-19 pandemic passes the 1 million death mark. Hello, welcome again. Welcome to our newsroom for having the news in details. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Margeli, received today, Monday, mid-morning at the Presidential Palace the letters of credence of 3 new ambassadors accredited by their respective countries to the Republic of Djibouti, and they are Her Excellency Mrs. Anna Faru, Ambassador of the Hellenic Republic, Greece, to the Republic of Djibouti, and Mr. Modesto Ruiz Espinoza, Ambassador of the Bolivian Republic of Venezuela, to the Republic of Djibouti. His Excellency Fernando Zalaquet, Ambassador of the Republic of Chile, to the Republic of Djibouti. These diplomats will be ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary not resident in their respective countries to the Republic of Djibouti. In a speech made at the presentation of their letters of credence, each of these ambassadors stated their commitment to contribute to the development and strengthening of relations and friendship, exchange and cooperation between their countries and the Republic of Djibouti. For his part, the head of state, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Margeli, welcomed each of the diplomats to Djibouti. He then assured the ambassador that they will find all the support and assistance from the government and the people of Djibouti to carry out their noble missions.
Good morning, Your Excellency. I have the honor to present to you the letter of credence by the President of the Republic of Greece, appointing me as Ambassador Extraordinary Plenipotentiary to the Republic of Djibouti. I also present to you the letter of recall of my predecessor, and I commit myself, Your Excellency, to do my utmost in order to further develop the relations between our countries to the benefit of our peoples. Thank you.
I have the great honor to present to His Excellency the letter of credential that accredited me as a non-resident ambassador of the Republic of Chile to the Republic of Djibouti. Indeed, a great honor.
Now, the President of the National Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Mohammed Ali Ahmed, received an audience on Monday, 28 September 2020, in the Hall of Honor, the new Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Federal and Democratic Republic of Ethiopia to the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Brahani Tsegay. The Director of the Cabinet of the Head of the Hemicycle, Mr. Idris Mohammed Ahmed, took part in this meeting. After the customary greetings and the welcome address by the President, the new ambassador expressed his gratitude and warmest thanks to His Excellency Mohammed Ali Ahmed for the welcome with the picked line of the National Gendarmerie. At first, the host of the day made a point of thanking on his own behalf, in the name of the Ethiopian people and their government, the Republic of Djibouti, for the emergency humanitarian aid granted to the borderly people of Ethiopia, victims of the torrential floods. It is a great honor and joy for me to serve my country in the Republic of Djibouti. It is with enthusiasm and determination that I will carry out my primary mission, which is to preserve and strengthen the age-old ties that unite our two countries. At the end of the meeting, the Speaker of the Parliament was keen to offer a symbolic gift to his host of the day, with whom he took an official photo. Now, a group of French experts came to meet the budget minister in his ministerial department. The delegation was composed of 7 people, including the CEO of the coral company and the chairman of the board of directors of construction and equipment, which aimed to set up a smart green city. This construction company, CCE, has already carried out several projects in different African countries and want to use the specification in our country to achieve housing. Moreover, this company is also interested in broadening port infrastructures and plans to carry out a number of projects in our country in partnership with the state and the banking sector. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, visited the Yemeni school this morning, where he proceeded to the presentation of a donation of school furniture, teaching manuals and computer tools. During a ceremony organized for this purpose within the school, the Ministry of Education paid a vibrant tribute to the school and recalled its historical and capital role in Djibouti's education. It should be noted that the Secretary General of the Ministry, Mr. Mohammed Abdallah Mayoub, and several senior officials of the MENFOP took part in this donation ceremony. For their part, the Yemeni ambassador to Djibouti and the chairman of the school's board of directors took turn to thank the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, and the government of Djibouti for the constant support and backing given to this Yemeni school. The Ministry of Education paid tribute to the school, which he recalled the historical and capital role of the school in Djibouti's education. Throughout its existence, the school has trained hundreds of Djiboutian children, including many administrative executives, said Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud. Now, the ANFIB, in collaboration with the UNDP, today held the opening ceremony of the Vocational Integration Training course for 90 young Djiboutian. This project, implemented by the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP), aims to improve the employability of 90 young people from the city of Djibouti and the regions in order to match employment and training. This training ceremony for this young graduate who is on a training course as part of the professionalization contract was attended by the resident representative of the UNDP in Djibouti, the technical advisor coordinating the national employment policy of the general director of the ANFIB, Mohamed Omar Gele, and the director of the INAP, Mr. Shamarke. The 90 young people selected at the request of the economic operators will do an immersion in the workplace to become immersed in professional realities. But before this stay in the company, a 10-day training course will be given to all the trainees to teach them the way of being and the constraint of working life. This training will enable the trainees to approach with confidence to the internship that await them, to give them the tools and baggage for their professional integration. Now, the Women and Family Ministry, in collaboration with UNFPA and the European Union, organized a training workshop for the prevention and enforcement of laws governing female genital mutilation, which was held at the Sheraton Hotel. Present on this occasion were the Secretary of the Ministry of Women and Family, Mrs. Anissa Hassan Bahadon, Mrs. Ruqya Yusuf Ali, the Deputy Secretary of the National Union of Djibouti Women, UNFD, the representative of the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Defense representative, the Ministry of Interior, and the Ministry of Health and UNFPA representative. The objective of this workshop is to provide training in the prevention and application of the laws governing female genital mutilation and to put in place measures to prevent, protect, and care for victims of gender-based violence and how to prosecute the perpetrators of such violence. Now, the General Director, accompanied by the agency managers and welcomed by the Director of Evangelical Mission Church, Pierre Mkindi, the representative of the Japanese Embassy, and representative of the NGOs, visited the Evangelical Protestant Church of Djibouti on Monday, 28 September 2020. The Training and Social Service Center, Evangelical Protestant Church of Djibouti, in partnership framework, offers training to young people with hearing and deafness to facilitate their integration into the labor market. This is the first promotion in computer graphics. The General Director of the Center of the NPH first visited the classroom and took the time to follow classroom session before having a long exchange with the leaders and teachers on the methods and techniques of training young people with special needs. Finally, it should be noted that this visit is intended to lead to the setting up of mechanism for guidance and coordination of accessibility to education for people with special needs, and at the same time will allow us to build together a bright future for people with disabilities living under our skies. Now, also within the framework of the Regional Fund for Strengthening Drought Resilience, the Ministry of Agriculture, Water, Fisheries, Livestock and Fishery Resources, in collaboration with the KfW, German Development Bank, launched the new participatory financial approach on 27th September in Salka, locality of the sub-prefecture of Asaila, in the presence of the Ministry of Agriculture, representative of the Water, Fishery, Livestock and Fishery Resources, composed of Mr. Nuruddin Elmi Roble, head of the project management, and Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Hassan, expert in animal, livestock and senior representative of the consulting firm within the framework of the Regional Fund for Strengthening Drought Resilience. The 4 million euro project, amounting to approximately 800 million Djibouti francs, is financed by the German Development Bank and implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture. The program aims to promote food security and drought resilience of rural communities in order to improve the conditions of the communities in the target cross-border areas by improving the availability of access to water and the creation of income-generating activities, and covers the period 2019-2022. Now, the Association of the Youth of Water Tower of Ali Sabih organized yesterday morning at the Arre High School of Ali Sabih an official ceremony of sponsoring the cost of school books and access to benefit about 50 of foreign students from poor families in the city of Asadjok. The beneficiaries' pupils were from primary and secondary and high school, as well as from the UD. This program was financed by Djiboutian benefactors, and above all by the founding president of the AGCD, Haj Hussein Hassan Darar, the current executive secretary of honors, who actively contributed to the success of this sponsorship. At the end of the ceremony, checks were handed over by the president of the AGCD to the managers of the various establishments concerned. The president of the AGCD, Mr. Suleiman Elmi Qayyad, thanked the guests as well as the authorities who honored the guests with their presence at this ceremony. He explained that the association is committed to helping families in need during this period of the new school year, where expenses are enormous. In a picture now, the Regional Council of Arta hosted the third meeting of the Regional Council of Arta on Sunday. The agenda of the meeting was as follows: this to strengthen the development process of the region and to review the action plan, the investment of the priority project with the means and the tools made available within the framework of ADIL project, supporting the local authorities, 5 regions, to the interior, financed by the European Union. Now we're going to announce the death of Mr. Yusuf Ahmed Didier in Ethiopia. The deceased Yusuf Ahmed Didier was born in 1959 in Ali Sabih. He left behind him a large family, including 7 children and 5 grandchildren. His death is announced to these numerous living family in Djibouti. He was living in Djibouti and was withdrawn from retired from the Djibouti National Roads Office. May Allah welcome him in his eternal paradise, and may Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Moving now into international news now, the COVID-19 pandemic, which began in late 2019 in China before spreading around the world, passed the million death mark on Monday. More details in this video.
COVID-19 pandemic, which began in late 2019 in China before spreading around the world, crossed the million death mark on Monday, according to an AFP count. 1 million is a terrible number, the World Health Organization Director of Emergency Situations, Michael Ryan, said on Friday, estimating a doubling very likely. The outlook is bleak indeed, with a curve that is rising in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, reinforcing fears of a second wave. And one cannot save people today simply by praying or by working on vaccines that will only come later, WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus warned on Friday.
This is it for this edition of 9 p.m. Thank you for watching us and have a wonderful evening.